Men over 60s, have you ever opened your kitchen cabinet, reached for that little orange box of baking soda, and thought to yourself, well, this is just for the fridge, or maybe for cleaning a stubborn stain? What if I told you that inside that box lies something far more powerful, something that could help you feel lighter, stronger, and even more confident in your body after 60? Think about it for a moment. You've lived through decades of change, your career, raising a family, countless ups and downs. And now, in your 60s or 70s, life feels different. The energy isn't quite the same, your skin may not glow the way it once did, and sometimes you wonder if there's a way to bring back even a piece of that old vitality. You're not alone in that thought, it's something almost every man and woman asks themselves at some point. I'm Dr. David Jarrard, a urologist with over 29 years of experience helping men over 60 reclaim their strength, vitality, and confidence. And today, I want to show you something that may surprise you. Something so simple, sitting right there in your kitchen, yet backed by science and real-life experience. That simple box of baking soda. Now, here's why this matters. Confidence isn't only about what you see in the mirror, it's about how your body feels when you wake up in the morning, how much energy you carry into your day, and how much control you feel over your health as the years pass. And when you feel that sense of control, everything changes, your outlook, your mood, even the way you carry yourself. So here's my promise to you. By the end of this video, you'll know 5 ways baking soda could support your body, restore your natural glow, and even rebuild some of that lost confidence. But let me warn you, these benefits aren't the obvious ones you might be thinking of. Some of them might surprise you, and maybe even challenge what you thought you knew about aging. But before we dive in, I want you to do something simple for me. If you're watching this right now and you care about living your golden years with strength, energy, and independence, type "I'm here" in the comments below. It lets me know you're committed to your health journey. And if this is your first time with us, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe to Golden 70s Health, where every week we share natural, science-backed tips to help you stay strong, sharp, and independent well into your golden years. Now, let's get started, because the story of how baking soda can restore your glow after 60 begins right here. Let's begin with something almost everyone over 60 can relate to: digestion. Picture this. You've just finished a simple dinner. Maybe it's a small plate of rice, vegetables, and some grilled fish. Nothing heavy, nothing fancy. But within an hour, you feel that familiar discomfort. Your stomach feels tight, there's bloating, maybe even a burning sensation rising up your chest. You think to yourself, I barely ate anything, why does it feel like I just had a feast? This is one of the most common challenges I hear from men and women in their later years. What used to be effortless, enjoying a meal, suddenly becomes complicated. The truth is, as the body ages, the stomach produces less acid, and digestion slows down. Food lingers longer, creating gas, bloating, and that heavy, sluggish feeling after meals. Now, here's where baking soda comes in. This humble powder is alkaline, which means it can help neutralize excess stomach acid when it flares up. It works almost like a natural buffer, easing that burning discomfort and helping your system settle. In fact, small amounts of baking soda dissolved in water have been used for generations as a simple home remedy for occasional indigestion. It doesn't replace proper treatment, of course, but for some people, it brings a gentle sense of relief. But here's the mistake I see too often. Many seniors reach for antacids or quick-fix tablets every single day, thinking they're solving the problem. What they don't realize is that these pills often just mask the symptoms without addressing the underlying issue. And in some cases, they can even create new problems, like interfering with nutrient absorption or weakening the body's natural balance. So what's the smarter path forward? It's about using wisdom, not just medicine. If you struggle with bloating or heartburn, the first step is always to talk with your doctor, because every body is different. But for some, a safe approach might be dissolving a half teaspoon of baking soda in a glass of water and sipping it slowly. This can help calm the stomach and ease that tight, uncomfortable feeling. The key word here is moderation. Too much can do more harm than good, so this is never about taking it daily without guidance, it's about knowing it's an option when you need occasional relief. And here's something else to remember. Digestion isn't just about food, it's about confidence. When you sit down to eat, you want to feel free, not worried about the discomfort that might follow. Something as simple as balancing your stomach can restore not just comfort, but peace of mind. But of course, digestion is just one piece of the puzzle. Because even if your stomach feels better, what about the energy you carry throughout your day? That brings us to our next benefit, one that surprises many people, how baking soda may help support your energy and muscle recovery. Now, let's talk about energy, the kind of energy that lets you get up in the morning, slip on your shoes, and head out for a walk without dreading the soreness that waits for you afterward. Picture this. You're in your mid-60s, maybe 70. You love staying active, morning walks, a bit of gardening, or playing with your grandkids in the yard. But here's the problem. Every time you push yourself just a little, the next day your muscles ache, your legs feel heavy, and it takes you longer and longer to bounce back. What once felt refreshing now leaves you drained. Here's the interesting part. Athletes, young, strong, competitive athletes, have long used baking soda as a tool to help buffer lactic acid buildup in the muscles. You see, when you exercise, your muscles produce lactic acid, which causes that burning sensation and fatigue. Baking soda, being alkaline, can help neutralize some of that acidity, giving your body a little more room to keep going and recover more smoothly. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds like something for marathon runners, not for someone my age. But here's where the misconception comes in. Many seniors accept exhaustion as just part of aging, as if being tired, sore, and stiff is unavoidable. But that's not always true. Sometimes, it's less about age itself and more about how your body manages recovery. The point isn't that you should be guzzling baking soda before your morning walk, that's not the lesson here. The lesson is this: small, smart choices can make a big difference in how your body bounces back. Baking soda has been studied for its role in recovery, but moderation is key, and it's never something you should experiment with daily without medical guidance. What really matters for you is balance. Staying hydrated, stretching gently after movement, eating nutrient-rich foods, and yes, occasionally using simple tools like bicarbonate under the guidance of your doctor. Together, these steps can reduce fatigue, ease recovery, and give you the confidence to stay active longer. And think about what that means emotionally. When you're not afraid of the soreness that might come after a walk, you're more likely to get out there, move your body, and stay engaged with life. That confidence, knowing you can do the things you love without paying the price for days afterward, is priceless. But it's not just your muscles that play into confidence. Sometimes, what you see in the mirror has just as much impact on how you feel as what's happening inside your body. And that brings us to something many seniors quietly worry about: your appearance, and the glow of your skin. Now let's shift from the inside of your body to the outside, your skin. Because confidence after 60 isn't only about how your muscles feel or how much energy you have, it's also about how you feel when you look in the mirror. Imagine this. A grandmother who used to love attending church gatherings, neighborhood parties, or family dinners suddenly starts making excuses not to go. When her children ask why, she brushes it off, saying she's tired. But the truth is deeper: she feels her skin looks dull, lifeless, and older than she feels inside. That simple loss of glow can quietly chip away at confidence, keeping someone from enjoying the social connections that bring joy in later years. This is where baking soda can play a surprisingly gentle role. You see, baking soda has mild exfoliating properties. That means when it's mixed with water into a simple paste, it can help remove dead skin cells sitting on the surface, revealing the fresher, newer skin underneath. The result isn't a miracle, but it can bring back a little brightness, a little smoothness, that makes you feel more alive when you look in the mirror. But here's a mistake I see all too often. Many people overscrub their skin, or they use harsh chemicals, thinking more is better. And especially for older adults, that can backfire. Aging skin is thinner, more delicate, and needs to be treated with kindness. Scrubbing too hard or using products filled with irritants can cause redness, dryness, or even small wounds that take longer to heal. So what's the right way? Keep it simple. Once a week, no more. Try mixing a little baking soda with water until it forms a paste, then gently massage it onto the skin in soft circles. Rinse it off with lukewarm water and finish with a light moisturizer to lock in hydration. It's not about chasing youth, it's about nurturing the skin you're in, helping it feel refreshed without damage. And let me tell you, that simple act of caring for your skin is about more than appearance. It's about self-respect. It's about saying, I still matter, and I deserve to feel good in my own body. That feeling, of dignity and glow, can do wonders for confidence, no matter your age. Of course, skin is only the surface. What's happening inside your body often matters even more. And one organ, in particular, becomes especially important as we age, your kidneys. So let's talk about how baking soda might play a role in supporting them. Let's move a little deeper now, to something many men over 60 quietly struggle with but rarely talk about, kidney and urinary health. I remember a patient, we'll call him Robert, 68 years old. He came to me frustrated, almost embarrassed. He told me, "Doc, I feel like I live in the bathroom. I can't sit through a movie, I can't go for a drive, I can't even get through dinner with my wife without needing to excuse myself." He thought it was just part of getting older, something he had to accept. But here's the thing, it wasn't simply old age. It was his body's way of saying something was out of balance. Now, here's where baking soda enters the picture in a surprising way. Some research has suggested that bicarbonate, the active part of baking soda, may play a role in helping balance acid levels in the body, especially in people with certain chronic kidney conditions. When the body's acid levels get too high, the kidneys are forced to work harder, and over time, that strain can lead to more discomfort, more bathroom trips, and more fatigue. By supporting balance, in very specific situations under medical care, baking soda has been studied as a tool to ease that burden. But here's a misconception I want to clear up: frequent urination, discomfort, or burning is not just normal aging. Too many men, and women, dismiss these signs as if they're unavoidable, when in fact they could be clues pointing to something that can be managed or improved. Ignoring them is not wisdom, it's risk. Now, I need to be very clear here. Baking soda is not a cure for kidney disease or urinary problems. You should never self-treat with it, because too much can throw your body chemistry off in dangerous ways. But what you should know is that doctors sometimes explore bicarbonate as part of a bigger treatment plan. The takeaway here is this: don't suffer in silence. If you're dealing with urinary issues, talk to your doctor. Sometimes small adjustments, including diet and medical guidance, can make a world of difference. And beyond the science, there's an emotional side to this too. Regaining control over your body, being able to enjoy a meal, take a road trip, or simply sleep through the night without constant interruptions, that restores more than just physical comfort. It restores confidence. And that brings us to something bigger. Because confidence after 60 isn't only about body chemistry. It's about control over your daily habits, your mindset, and your sense of self. And that's exactly where we're heading next. Now let's talk about something that often gets overlooked, but may just be the most powerful benefit of all: rituals. Because confidence isn't only about how your body functions, it's about the small things you do each day that remind you that you are still in control. I think of a man I once worked with, let's call him Harold. He was 72, retired, and felt like life was slipping into routine without purpose. He told me, "Doc, I wake up, I eat, I sit, I sleep. The days all blend together." But then Harold did something small that changed the way he felt. Every morning, before breakfast, he filled a glass with warm water, added just a pinch of baking soda, stirred it, and drank slowly while standing by his kitchen window. It wasn't just about the water, it became his ritual. A moment of focus, a signal to himself: I'm taking care of me. You see, science tells us that rituals are more than just habits. They create psychological resilience. They tell your mind and body that you are intentional, that you are not drifting but actively steering your health and your life. And that's powerful, especially after 60, when so many people feel that control is slowly slipping away. Here's where many people get it wrong. They believe small habits don't matter. They think, what difference could one glass of water, one stretch, or one walk around the block really make at my age? But that's the misconception. Because the truth is, small habits stack up. They build momentum. And over time, they create a sense of dignity and strength that can transform your entire outlook. So here's my practical advice to you. Whether or not you use baking soda, start your day with intention. Drink a glass of water to rehydrate your body. Take 2 minutes to stretch or breathe deeply. Reflect on one thing you're grateful for before the day begins. These aren't just empty gestures, they're anchors. They remind you that you are still capable, still vibrant, still the author of your own health story. And when you repeat these rituals day after day, something shifts. You no longer feel like age is happening to you, you feel like you're actively shaping how you experience it. That, my friend, is true confidence. And this brings us to the bigger picture, the emotional side of it all. Growing older can sometimes feel like losing little pieces of yourself, your energy, your confidence, even your joy. You look in the mirror and wonder, where did that glow go? Where did that unstoppable version of me disappear to? And slowly, you start to believe that maybe this is just the way it has to be. But what if that wasn't the full story? What if something as small, as ordinary, as a pinch of baking soda could remind you that your body is still capable of surprising you? That you're not finished, not fading, you're simply shifting into a new chapter of life that deserves just as much care, just as much pride, as the years behind you. I want you to pause for a moment and check in with yourself. How do you feel after meals? Do you feel heavy, or light? How do your muscles feel after a walk? Do they ache for days, or do they recover? And when you catch your reflection, do you see tiredness, or do you still see that spark? These small check-ins matter, because small changes often lead to big shifts. And here's what I want you to hold on to, you are not broken. You are not past your prime. You are adapting. And with the right tools. Even something as simple as baking soda, you can still glow, thrive, and live confidently. Your body may not be 20 anymore, but it is still your home. And like any home, it deserves care, attention, and love. Every step you take toward that, no matter how small, is a step toward a brighter, stronger, more confident you. So let's quickly recap. Digestion support, muscle recovery, skin glow, kidney balance, and daily rituals, 5 simple ways baking soda might help restore your glow and rebuild your confidence after 60. But now, I want to hear from you. Which of these benefits surprised you the most? Was it the digestion, the skin, or maybe the idea of using rituals to strengthen your confidence? Share your thoughts in the comments, you never know, your words might be the exact encouragement another man needs to hear. And if you found this video helpful, consider subscribing to Golden 70s Health. Every week, we bring you natural, science-backed tips to help seniors stay strong, confident, and independent. You don't want to miss what's coming next. Thank you so much for watching. Stay vibrant, stay curious, and remember, your best years are not behind you. They're still ahead. And I'll see you in the next video.